We are carrying on with our training and coaching cycle, focusing on the winning presentation segment, which is of utmost importance and incredibly interesting. As I mentioned at the beginning, the presentation has 5 parts. The first is discovery, the second is credibility, the third is explaining the product, which is one of the bands, the closure, and what is referred. So in this sense, I want to explain to you what the product part is. Our product consists of 2 components that are extremely important. Money, correct? The cash insurance benefit and the family support service. In this sense, I want to start talking about what money is. To elucidate this aspect of money to our client, we possess 2 exceedingly significant resources. Can we work with this brochure, correct? What is super complete, which shows us everything that is the money part, okay? And also the second part that talks about the support service to the family through Funeral Consumer Canada Society. Using any of this or this money brochure, we will have the capability to provide an accurate explanation to the clients. Basically, they say the same information, but you can choose which one is best for you. In this sense, I like working with this brochure where it explains that our plans range from $1,000 to $20,000. In fact, the insurance that Lincoln offers for people with a Social Security number is up to $35,000. If our client no longer has a Social Security number for any reason, the maximum sum insured for natural death will be $20,000. In the West, coverage up to $160K and $260K exceeds expectations. We inform client plans range from $1,000 to $20,000 or up to $35,000, right? To cover final expenses, there are crucial things you must know, Mr. Customer, okay? And in this sense, we collaborate with this blue ticket and we provide you with the following information, okay? Our plans are individual, but they can be made family. Why can they be made family? Because our product also has the charter's addiction. We can insure children in the family, whether they are sons, grandsons, great-grandsons, or even stepchildren of our client, from 30 days old to 17 years old. Genuinely until they reach the age of 18, we have the capability to provide insurance coverage ranging from $5,000 to $25,000 for these children. So, in that particular sense, the gross domestic product is individual, but it eventually becomes familiar over time. Another crucial aspect to note is that rates never experience any increase throughout the entire duration of poverty. This signifies that the monthly payment of our client, right, is going to be at a low level. I always tell my client, let's assume you're a client. If you choose a $30 plan, you won't get a letter from Lincoln saying it's not $30, it's $35 now. That never occurs. Your payment will only go up when you want to increase the amount of insurance coverage. But if not, the payment remains low. Another thing that also remains low are the benefits. And that is extremely important. I always inform the clients why? Because time will inevitably pass. Today I am 50 years old. Tomorrow I will be 60, 70. In reality, as we grow older or age, our priorities shift, and things like family, health, and forgiveness can have a profound impact on us. When we have some crazy benefits, that is very important. Why? Because things happen with our health and health changes us, we already have some crazy benefits. Another important thing about money is that we don't do medical exams, right? We always tell the client, the INCO is going to send us a doctor to your house who will take your weight, see how tall you are, draw your blood, take the sample, and in 2 or 3 weeks he will tell you if you qualify or not qualify for a plan. In our case, that doesn't happen. In our case, what we do is ask some health questions to see if you qualify or do not qualify for a plan, and we know it at this moment. Then, the plans, right? These plans are specifically designed to fit within your budget, okay? We know that we can offer coverage from $25, okay? And that is very important, okay? So, We will always handle ourselves based on the needs of our client if he wants to plan a traditional service, a cremation, right? Whatever you want to plan, but it must fit within the budget that he can afford. I always tell my clients, Mr. Client, that the purpose of these plans is for you to have peace of mind. Why? Because funeral planning is a problem that is dormant, okay? But the web pop call day is going to reach all of us, you, me, everyone. So when that moment comes, Mr. Client, you can be calm because you are leaving the money and you are leaving the planning. There is in fact a third problem or pain that, regrettably, we will not be able to assist you with. With the pain of mourning, with the pain of the loss of his family, there's nothing we can do. But out of those three pains, mourning, economic pain, and planning pain, you are solving two. And trust me, that is extremely, extremely important. Also, in terms of finances, let's not forget that due to the fact that our plan is a comprehensive life plan, this policy also generates cash value. It means that hand in hand with time, she is going to build up cash. We mentioned it, but we didn't really delve into that topic because the client will immediately say, oh, cash value, I can take that money. When can I remove it? Do I get the plan today? Can I have it tomorrow? No, it doesn't work like that. We mention it as a policy benefit. However, we do not delve too deeply into this topic in order to avoid confusing our client, all right? In terms of money, we also inform the client that our plan provides coverage for both natural and accidental death situations. In the unfortunate event that the death is due to an accident, the beneficiary will receive double the compensation amount as a form of financial support. How many times? Well, he will receive compensation based on the circumstances of the accident. For example, if it's an accident like a fall in the bathroom, a fall in the kitchen, a fall down the stairs, a fall from a roof, or if the client is eating a very delicious meal, chokes and suffocates, or if the client goes for walks in the afternoons to exercise and a car runs over them, okay? In this sense, the recipient will receive a total of $25,000 from the accident, provided that we include 5 accidental units, in addition to the insured amount that he wishes to obtain from us. I always emphasize, for instance, $10,000 to firmly establish that figure in my client's mind. If the death occurs in a car accident, Mr. Client, in this sense, your beneficiary will receive a compensation of $50,000 plus this amount of money. If the death occurs in public transportation, such as an Uber taxi, a Lyft taxi, a bus, a train, a plane, a cruise ship, a subway, any circulating transportation where you pay to be taken from point A to point B. If death is such a situation, then the beneficiary will receive an assured a compensation of $100,000. Plus this amount of money. Our plan also offers protection against terrorist acts. In that sense, in the terrorist act, the compensation would also be $100,000 plus this money. This plan additionally provides our client with protection for transporting the remains of deceased individuals. What does this mean? If the client takes the plan here in Houston and travels to Dallas, California, Orlando, or their country when the country and a death occurs outside the city outside of this country, the beneficiary will receive, if I put 5 Western units, he has a margin of up to $5,000 to be able to bring the remains to the city where he lived. It is important for us to know that this money will not be $5,000, but what is spent on transportation, which can be a significant amount depending on the distance and other factors. And it is money that the beneficiary will receive against an invoice. It is a refund, but it is money that he has to be able to bring his family here. An additional crucial benefit is tied to protection against dismemberment. What does this signify? If our client has an accident where he does not die, but unfortunately loses a hand, an arm, a leg, a foot, or the vision of one eye, He, because he is alive, will receive a compensation of $12,500 if I put 5 accidental units on him. And if unfortunately he loses 2 members of his body or the vision of both eyes, then Lincoln will compensate him $25,000. This is extremely crucial. Now, in the event that our client passes away due to any illness, whether it is a stroke, a heart attack, a brain aneurysm, cancer, complications from diabetes, or even COVID, because Lincoln did not provide any coverage for COVID, then the recipient will be entitled to receive the amount of insurance that our client has at the time of the presentation. Additionally, with our plan in the financial aspect, Lincoln provides compensation for individuals with terminal illness. It is important to know that this benefit for terminal illness, only clients who qualify for a final expense plan and a 20-year payable plan will qualify for this benefit. If the client is modified for whatever reason, that is, they answered yes to one of the health questions, then unfortunately they will not have access to this terminal illness benefit. But if it does qualify as a final expense or a payable expense for 20 years, then he will have this terminal illness benefit, and it works this way. It is a benefit that is activated after 2 years. And it is a benefit that if the client receives a diagnosis of a terminal illness, that is, if their doctor tells them that they have less than a year to live due to this illness, they can withdraw 50% of the insured amount they took with us while still alive. For instance, in the case that the client opted for a $10,000 plan with us, and this scenario occurs, then he has the option to progress in life by $5,000, and the remaining $5,000 will be paid by Lincoln to the beneficiary upon the client's demise for the purpose of funeral planning. This is the money part. We will now proceed to explain the part of the family support service.